Some NCIS episodes contain jokes that don't always work and twists that are added for their own sake, making them too adorable for their own good. In From the Cold, the 5th episode of Season 22, looks like it will be one of those episodes, but it strikes the ideal balance between surprising viewers and delivering a compelling narrative. Even while viewers of popular TV crime dramas will be aware of the conclusion beforehand, there is enough action along the way to make the journey more important than the final destination. In From the Cold is about a former Cold War spy who might or might not be up to his old tricks, as the title suggests. It certainly appears that way when Captain Thomas Butler kidnaps a doctor. NCIS does a great job of keeping viewers curious about Butler's actual loyalty and the other characters alert. While many of the jokes still fall flat, this isn't a major problem when the dramatic moments are effective. Given the sheer number of NCIS episodes, it is not surprising that a significant portion of them have the crew checking off various domestic or foreign government agencies or organizations. They were briefly on the wrong side of the FBI and the acting U.S. president in the previous episode, Sticks and Stones. There is hence a feeling of deja vu as In From the Cold abruptly opens with a furious CIA operative in Leon Vance's office. However, there are enough twists and turns in the narrative to temporarily distract the spectator from its repetitious parts. In the role of Captain Harper, guest performer John Getz, who aficionados of the genre may know from his portrayal of Walter King in NCIS Season 7, Episode 14, Masquerade, strikes the ideal balance between being a retired naval officer suffering from amnesia and being a cunning covert operative. In order to keep viewers guessing about Harper's loyalty, the episode asks him to switch between the two quite a bit. Matthew Lawrence, star of Boy Meets World, plays Thomas' tense relationship with his son, Danny Harper. The idea that Danny might be an accomplice is one element of In From the Cold that doesn't work, given the script only mentions it for about 2 minutes. Despite having far less to do than Getz, Lawrence does a good job in the position. Although that phony attempt at a plot surprise is promptly dropped, this episode contains a variety of spy fundamentals that will keep espionage story enthusiasts interested. NCIS goes into great depth on everything from the existence of a dead drop to the employment of codenames to a missing sensitive file. Naturally, they all lead to a single significant spy operation. But by then, the plot is kind of falling apart due to a few things the audience has already figured out. A common trope in TV crime shows is that any outside agent somehow impedes the protagonist's investigation. Anyone who has watched a good number of these shows knows this. They are either deliberately obstructing, typically due to their territorial nature, concealing some important information, or they are simply malevolent. When CIA operative Conrad first appears in Vance's office, it's pretty clear which one he is since he fabricates a tale about Butler being a Russian agent operating under deep cover, just like NCIS does in its adaptation of FX's popular spy drama The Americans. However, NCIS isn't a really complex program. Conrad provides the required background information on Butler's alleged past, as well as the fact that he uses the Navy archives to obtain a classified document known only as Project Laurel, something he is obviously unable to disclose to the team and, consequently, the audience. Despite the tremendous risks involved, the character is constructed in such a way that he is constantly a bit too tense about something. Conrad's explanation of the Laurel file seems a bit over the top, especially when it is first introduced. His actions serve as a string of subtle hints that he is the one attempting Butler's murder. The only unexpected aspect is that he is merely attempting to prevent others from deciphering the file, not to obtain it. Viewers also get the impression that Parker is explaining to Vance in the moment after Conrad's arrest that the file included a long list of crimes committed by the CIA, and Conrad in particular. Because the screenplay intended to pull off that last act twist, it's stating what it didn't want to show, which is a commendable concept and undoubtedly fascinating to watch. But it is not really surprising given Conrad's one-dimensional writing style.